Your person is deeply focused on you, and only you. Despite whatever distance, silence, or uncertainty may exist between you right now, they are emotionally present and thinking about you more often than you realize. You live in their thoughts constantly, not as a passing memory but as a steady presence. They've been reflecting on everything that has happened between you two, and it's become crystal clear to them, they want to be with you. They miss you with an intensity that surprises even them, and they are preparing themselves to come forward and speak their truth. This isn't something they take lightly. Your person has spent a great deal of time considering their feelings, their actions, or lack thereof, and what this connection truly means to them. They are not someone who usually wears their heart on their sleeve. In fact, they may have appeared distant, reserved, or emotionally unavailable in the past. They may have even given you the impression that they were indifferent or unaffected by the bond you share. But the reality is the opposite. Beneath that calm, collected exterior is someone who has been deeply moved and changed by their feelings for you. They've come to realize that their old approach to love and relationships simply won't work with someone like you. You've touched them in ways no one else ever has. Your energy, your presence, your patience, it's all had a profound effect on them. They know they have to change how they express love and how they show up in relationships if they are to build anything lasting and real with you. This shift in perspective isn't just about you, it's about how love has transformed them from the inside out. You may have looked at them and thought they were emotionally detached or even uninterested. You may have questioned whether they felt the same way, or wondered if the connection was one-sided. But your person has been feeling the exact opposite. They've been wrestling with emotions that are powerful, intense, and undeniable. And now, they are reaching a point where they no longer want to keep those feelings bottled up. The weight of unspoken emotions has become too much to carry. They are preparing to confess what's truly in their heart. To them, you are more than just someone they care about, you are their true love. You've shown them compassion when they were guarded. You've remained patient when they were unsure. You've been strong for them even when they couldn't fully show up for you. And they've noticed. Every quiet moment, every understanding glance, every time you chose grace over frustration, it's all been seen and felt. They are incredibly grateful for the emotional space you've held for them, and they want to honor that by coming to you with honesty, clarity, and real affection. This isn't just about words, they want to show you their appreciation in actions as well. They want to hold you, be near you, and make you feel as loved and valued as you've made them feel, even from a distance. They're not just coming back to explain themselves, they want to rebuild something stronger and more meaningful than before. They're ready to show up as the person you deserve, not just someone who misses you, but someone who is willing to fight for you and for this connection. The separation, whether it was physical, emotional, or both, has been incredibly hard on them. At first, they may have tried to push down their feelings or distract themselves. But over time, the silence became its own kind of mirror. In the absence of your presence, they were left alone with their thoughts and feelings, and it made them see things more clearly than ever. They realized not only what they lost, but how much they truly need and want you in their life. They never expected to fall for you the way they did. In fact, it may have caught them completely off guard. What started as curiosity or connection has grown into something deep and transformative. They didn't plan for this love, they didn't even think they were open to it. But love, as it often does, found a way through their defenses. And now, they can't deny it any longer. So now, they are hoping for a chance, not just to be heard, but to be received. They hope you'll allow them the opportunity to fully express themselves, to show you not just how much they care, but how much they've grown. They feel like they owe you that much, and more. Because in their heart, they know that what you share is rare, and they don't want to lose it. They want to show you that your love wasn't in vain, and that something beautiful can still come from all of this. No amount of time with anyone compares to the time I spent with you. It's something I feel deeply, every single day. I think about you more often than I'd like to admit, and not just in fleeting moments. You're on my mind constantly, in the quiet spaces of my day, in the middle of a conversation, even when I'm trying to focus on something else. There used to be a time when thinking about you hit me like a wave, sudden, strong, and overwhelming, but eventually, those feelings would subside. I thought I could ride it out, that those emotions would fade with time. But I was wrong. Time hasn't healed this. If anything, it's only made it clearer how much I lost, how much you meant to me, and how deeply I failed to show it when it mattered. It's hard for me to concentrate these days. My mind drifts, and it always seems to land on you. I never imagined a future where you would be living your life, doing your own thing, growing, evolving, and I wouldn't be a part of it. That thought never crossed my mind, not seriously. I think deep down, in some selfish part of me, I believed I would always have access to you, that no matter what happened, no matter how I behaved, you would still be there. That belief was naive and unfair to you. I see that now. I see it so clearly, and it hurts. When you finally decided to go your own way, when you stopped waiting for me to get it together after all of my inconsistency and emotional distance, that's when it hit me. That was the moment I realized just how badly I had taken things for granted. And I haven't stopped regretting it since. You made me feel something that I now understand is rare. You made me feel seen, appreciated, valued, loved in the truest sense. You gave me comfort, laughter, a sense of belonging. You brought out the softer, more open version of me, the one I often kept hidden. And yet, despite all that, I failed you. I did the opposite of what someone should do when they're given real love. I let my own fears, pride, and emotional immaturity dictate my actions. I shut down when I should have opened up. I pulled away when I should have leaned in. I chose to protect my own comfort instead of nurturing the connection we had. And in doing so, I broke your heart. I left you feeling alone and unimportant in a relationship that was supposed to be built on love and support. What's worse is that I knew. I wasn't oblivious. Deep down, I knew how you felt. I saw the pain in your eyes, I heard it in your voice, I read it between the lines of your silence. But I was too wrapped up in myself to change. I was so focused on my own struggles, my own pain, my own version of the story, that I failed to see what you were carrying. I let you down when you needed me the most. I was too blind to realize that love isn't just about how someone makes you feel. It's about how you show up for them, consistently, even when it's hard. I've done a lot of reflecting since you walked away. And one of the hardest truths I've had to accept is that I let a woman like you walk out of my life. A woman who loved me deeply, who stood by me through my messiness, who believed in me even when I gave her reasons not to. I regret it more than words can fully express. I regret taking your love for granted. I regret assuming that your patience was endless, that your kindness could withstand anything, even my neglect. I regret thinking that love would be enough to keep us going, even when I wasn't doing the work to make it last. You taught me something invaluable, that love, while unconditional in its purest form, still requires boundaries. It needs respect, care, consistency. It needs effort. And I crossed those boundaries too many times. I didn't honor the love you gave me, and now I'm left to sit with the consequences of that. I understand now that there's a difference between wanting someone and being ready to truly love them. At the time, I wanted you, but I wasn't ready to love you the way you deserved. And that's on me. This isn't an attempt to win you back or to make you feel sorry for me. It's just the truth, raw, honest, and overdue. You were a gift I didn't know how to cherish, and I'm sorry. More than anything, I hope you're doing well. I hope you found peace, happiness, and people who see your worth and treat it with the care it deserves. You'll always have a place in my heart, not just as someone I loved, but as someone who helped me grow, even through the pain. Thank you for that. And again, I'm sorry. I truly believed in our connection from the very beginning, even before I had the words to explain it. There was always something deep, something unspoken, that pulled me toward you, a force that felt beyond logic, beyond coincidence. The love I feel for you in my heart is something I struggle to describe, because it goes beyond anything I've ever experienced. It cannot be compared, and it most certainly cannot be replaced. What we shared, and still share, feels like it was written in the stars long before we ever met. There's a depth to your love, a purity and intensity, that I've never known from anyone else. I know with complete certainty that no one else could ever love me the way you do. There's a tenderness in your presence, a safety in your embrace, and an understanding in your silence that makes everything else in the world fade away. When I think about the way you see me, truly see me, I feel known, accepted, and loved in the purest sense of the word. But despite this connection, I recognize that I've made mistakes. I know I was the one who kept running away from what we had, even when deep down I didn't want to. I turned away when I should have leaned in. I let fear, pride, and uncertainty cloud my judgment, and for that, I feel an overwhelming sense of guilt. There were times when I was emotionally unavailable, when I left you standing alone with your heart open, and I can't express how deeply sorry I am for those moments. If I could go back and change them, I would in a heartbeat. Even when I tried to distance myself, to distract my heart from thinking of you, I always failed. No matter what I did, whether I threw myself into work, conversations, or distractions, your presence would come flooding back. A memory, a song, a quiet moment would bring you to the forefront of my mind, and suddenly, there you were. I couldn't escape you, not because I didn't want to, but because deep down, I didn't want to let go of what we had. You became the background music of my life, always playing softly, even when everything else was loud. Lately, I've been trying to shift my mindset, to choose hope over fear. I've been learning the value of patience, and I'm beginning to understand that some of the most beautiful things in life come not when we demand them, but when we are truly ready for them. I believe with all my heart that we are meant to be, and that in divine timing, everything will come together as it should. This separation, as painful as it is, feels like part of a bigger plan, one that's guiding both of us toward the growth we need before reuniting. Everything in my life seems to be gently nudging me back toward you. The signs are subtle but constant. A dream here, a message there, a feeling in my chest when I hear your name or see someone who resembles you. It all tells me that our story isn't over. That we still have chapters left to write together. And for the first time in my life, I did something I've never done before. I asked the universe for something. I asked for you. I didn't ask for wealth, or success, or anything material. I asked simply and earnestly to have another chance with you. Because I know now, more than ever, that you are the one I don't want to live without. I've come to realize that losing you would be like losing a part of myself. I don't want to imagine a future where your smile isn't the light in my days, or where your voice isn't the calm in my storms. So, I'm writing this with all the vulnerability and honesty I can offer, to say, please don't leave me. I know I've given you reasons to doubt, to pull away, and to question if I'm truly committed, but I'm here now, heart wide open, ready to love you in the way you've always deserved. I'm not perfect, and I won't pretend to be. But I am willing. I am ready. And most importantly, I am deeply, endlessly in love with you. No matter how far apart we may be right now, physically, emotionally, or spiritually, I carry you with me in everything I do. You're the thought that calms me at night, and the hope that pushes me forward each morning. If you're willing to meet me in this place of love and forgiveness, I promise to never let you go again.